Yo! I put this up on the community tab asking you guys what big video y'all wanted next, and the majority of votes went to top 10 video games of all time. So, yeah, this isn't gonna have a huge intro, so I mean, I don't know. Let's just jump right into it with intro. Intro. Drop it down. Word to your mother. Victor Vran. This spot originally was Minecraft, but then I started thinking about it and started trying to actually think of one that I really, really enjoy, because Minecraft is one that I love because it was basically my entire childhood, and it's still a peak game, but I do not think it deserves to be on the top 10 video games list, just because, honestly, it's the same thing all the way through it, which, I mean, so is most games, but I just think that this deserves my number 10 spot more because, well, honestly, it's just cooler. It's basically Diablo 3. If you haven't played that, please go and check that game out too. That was another game that was basically my childhood. But Victor Vran is basically a better version of Diablo. If you like the Diablo games, you'll love this. There is also a Motorhead DLC, which is, yeah, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know for a fact Motorhead is my favorite band of all time. And yeah, that definitely helps. You can use guitars as weapons. That's sick. Like, it shoots lasers and stuff. That's awesome. Basically, in this game, you're just a demon hunter that goes into a town and has to kill your friend because he became a vampire and took over the city and killed a whole bunch of people. You know how it is. But what's really cool about it is just all of the weapons and stuff you can get. And I don't know, like Diablo 3 is one that I've used to play all the time, but I haven't really picked up recently. But Victor Vran, I always find myself going back to, like, every month or so. I'll just get a hankering to play it, or at least the Motorhead DLC. But yeah, I don't know. I think this one is definitely my number 10 spot. I sat here and thought about it for a while because I didn't think that Minecraft would actually deserved to be on my top 10 list. But yeah, this is definitely top 10 list material. Like, yeah, Victor Vran, number 10, beautiful. Number 9 goes to a video game that I have talked about a lot. It made it onto the video games that deserve a revival or reboot or whatever. It made it onto video games that need a movie or series. It's made it onto a whole bunch of videos that I've talked about. I've made a edit of just, the main Rick Taylor from Splatterhouse, and I've made a entire edit of him versus Jason Voorhees. I love this game, and I love the character. I love the story. Everything about it is just everything I would want in a video game. It's very hack and slash, very gory, very bloody, very cool. There's an entire like, I guess, little side missions, I guess, to get to complete a lewd picture of this dude's girlfriend. It's funny. It's really funny, really cool. The story is awesome, and honestly, it's really badass and really cool. And in this game, you can play the original Splatterhouse, which I actually think is very, very fun. The ka-chunk noise that it makes whenever he chops off the creature's heads, it's just a very, very satisfying sound, I guess. Like, that is my ASMR. You losers listening to people tapping the mic and stuff are weird. I listen to creatures' heads getting chopped off. Number 8 has got to be Twisted Metal Black. I love the Twisted Metal franchise. I think it's amazing. And Twisted Metal Black is definitely by far the darkest game whenever it comes to the story and everything. It has a lot of just really cool, it's very gritty and very edgelord, I would say. Very, very edgelord, but I love it for that. And honestly, I just think this is one of the best Twisted Metal games in general. And honestly, I just love this game. It's a very, very good game. If you want to play Twisted Metal, there are other ones that you should play first, but I'd say this is one that you definitely should not skip. It is such a good game, and the story mode's just, man, Priest is one of my favorite. I even made a Priest edit, like, from this. This is such a cool game, man. Number 7 place has to go to Mortal Kombat 9. This is the second Mortal Kombat game I ever played. I played Mortal Kombat vs. DC, and then I went on to this. Mortal Kombat 9 is one of my favorite. Well, I mean, obviously it's one of my favorite games of all time, but it's definitely like up there for the Mortal Kombat franchise in general. The story mode is peak. Shao Kahn is an amazing main villain. I think that this is just a perfect Mortal Kombat game. Mortal Kombat X is definitely. I have a full video talking about my thoughts on all of the other Mortal Kombat games. So if you want to go and watch that, go and check it out. But I can't get into it right here. But I will go ahead and say that Mortal Kombat X and Mortal Kombat 11 are a steep downgrade whenever it comes to story. Mortal Kombat X is better for some gameplay aspects, and Mortal Kombat 11 I think is just a downgrade from story and gameplay, to be honest. I think Mortal Kombat 9 is definitely basically where they peaked. I think Mortal Kombat X is almost right up there with it, though. But yeah, Mortal Kombat 9, absolutely peak. And honestly, this has some of the best DLC characters I've ever seen. We got Freddy Krueger, which is one of my favorite DLC characters for Mortal Kombat just because of his play style and everything. He's very fun to play, very good, very demure. And I think that Kratos was really good, but he was a PlayStation exclusive, and I am a PlayStation boy, I guess. I don't know, man. But yeah, he was a PlayStation exclusive, and I'm pretty sure okay. I heard something about they were going to do Master Chief as a Xbox exclusive, but they ended up not doing it. Please comment and tell me if I'm wrong about that. But yeah, that's what I heard at least. And then we also have Scarlet and Rain. Yeah, Rain was really fun to play. But yeah, Freddy Krueger, best DLC character. Like, other than Spawn, I'd say he's definitely the best one. Now, I am a huge horror movie fan, so obviously Mortal Kombat X's DLCs were better to me, but I think Freddy Krueger played better than any of the DLC characters we got in that game. Turok is number 6, and it's also a game that I did a game review over not too long ago, like a couple weeks ago now, at this point, maybe. So, if you want to go and watch that game review, please do. It is on the game review playlist on the playlist tab. Just go down to it. I also have a movie review tab if you want to go and check those out. But yeah, Turok is an amazing game. It's very original Doom coded, I guess, except you can jump. There's some pretty good movement, I guess. Jumping around, like the parkour in the game, is where I died most of the time. I got killed more by the trying to jump to somewhere and falling than I did to the actual enemies, which was slightly annoying, but you know, it is what it is, I guess. Yeah, but this is a very, very good game. The story is really cool. I just like Turok and as a character. The comics are really cool. This game is amazing. I'm doing a playthrough of Turok 2 right now. Like, I took a little bit of a break on it because I got the Fortnite OG pass to do since I bought the crew pack since you know, Hatsune Miku and everything was in there. But I'm about to jump back onto the Turok 2 grind. But yeah, this game is supposed to take 10 hours, but while I was playing it for the review, I ended up giving it 12 hours because I was trying to get everything finished and everything. But yeah, this is a very fun game. If you like the original Doom games, please check it out. And please check out the comics. Turok is just a really cool character. I mean, seriously, there's nothing more badass than him reviving and going, "I am Turok." It's very, very cool. Speaking of very cool, we have Metal Gear Rising Revengeance at number 5. This game needs a sequel, please, someone, because they set it up for a sequel and never gave us one. This game, you play as Raiden. If you don't know who that is, go watch a lore video about the Metal Gear games. It's very fun. You play as a cyborg samurai dude with a sword. You can do quick time slashes and everything. It's really, really fun. The story is awesome. Very quick game, but very amazing game. Every single one of the bosses are amazing. Speaking of the bosses, I did a tier list, which is on the tier list playlist on this channel for every single one of the bosses in Metal Gear Rising Revengeance. So definitely go and check that out if you want to. But yeah, this game, like, I mean, this game is just amazing. I still need to do a game review over it though. But yeah, I love this game. This is just, dude, 10 out of 10 right here. This is perfect gameplay for a hack and slash game and a perfect story. So many memes. Even if you haven't played this game, you know who Senator Armstrong is. He's perfect. I love him. But yeah, this game, absolute peak. Next up, we got BioShock 2. Now, this is a game that I played whenever I was really young, and honestly, this was one of the very first games that I actually took the time to complete. I completed it all the way, and I actually did both of the endings. There might be more than two. I'm pretty sure there's only two endings, though. But I actually took the time to get both endings. I love this game. This is a very good horror action game. This game is actually more successful with its horror and imagery and just being a good horror game than most games that actually try to be horror games. There are a lot that go overboard and end up not being creepy at all, and some that are just trying to do a slow burn type of thing and just end up not being creepy at all. But this one actually has some pretty creepy moments. Being underwater definitely helps with the creepy vector. Honestly, this is just a really good game. You get to play as the Big Daddy in this one, and if you don't know what that is the big hunky balunky little man right there on the BioShock 2 cover. And yeah, he's a sexy man with a drill hand. You can use guns and your drill. Yeah, there's a really good portion of this game that's literally just picking your morals. Do you want to extract the slug thing out of the little sisters, or do you want to save the little sisters and protect them? And you also, if you extract more than like a certain amount, I can't remember how much, the big sister will come after you, and whether you save them or kill them actually changes the ending. So yeah, this is a really good game. I think that Lamb is one of the most slept on video game villains of all time. She is extremely hateable and just a good villain in general. Yeah, I love this game. This is just a really good game, man. Okay, now we have Bloodborne. Bloodborne is a game that I could make an entire video just ranting about how much I hate Sony for not doing anything with this game. We can't even get a port. Sony sucks. Every decision they've been making lately, and even longer than lately, has been absolutely awful. But yeah, Bloodborne is an amazing game. I would personally say that Bloodborne is probably the best PlayStation exclusive ever. I know there are a lot of people that would be like, oh, what about The Last of Us or God of War? But I think Bloodborne is like my favorite. It's my favorite Souls-like game of all time. The story, the atmosphere of the game, the weapons. I think the weapons are some of the most badass things ever. Just everything about this game is absolute peak. Honestly, it's just really good, and I really love Souls-like games anyways, so it being as Lovecraftian and dark and brooding as it is, it just makes it even better. It's just, dude, this game is peak, man. Okay, number 2 spot goes to Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is the sequel to Doom 2016. If you have not played that game, it is the best reboot for a video game franchise I've ever seen. We had Doom 3, which was kind of a attempted reboot, but then they got it all back together with Doom 2016. I think Doom 3 is a good game, but not a good Doom game. I've talked about the Doom franchise in just excess at this point. But yeah, Doom Eternal, absolute peak. The music, the gore, the action, the way you actually play it, the gunplay, everything about it is just amazing. Some of the most hype gameplay you will ever have. Doom 2016 is a very much just a run and gun, while this game has some very good traversal options. You have the chain on the super shotgun. You have jump pads. You have basically everything that you would need to have a very good, really fast-paced, really hard-hitting Doom game, and this is just absolute peak. And it definitely doesn't hurt that Doom is my favorite franchise of all time whenever it comes to video games. This is just an amazing game, and the Doom Slayer from Doom 2016 to this is just, dude, this is actually, if they get Doom the Dark Ages done as good as Doom in 2016 and Doom Eternal, I'd say that it probably has a very good chance of getting on this list. But yeah, Doom Eternal, absolute peak. I mean, seriously, just go and listen to the soundtrack, just the soundtrack. Don't even play the game, and you'll understand why I love this game, because you can tell what type of gameplay goes with that music. It's just, dude, everything about Doom Eternal just wraps up into a perfect enchilada of amazingness. Okay, if you have been watching my channel for any amount of time at this point, you should know what my number one is, especially since just the other day I had a Q&A special thing. Only one person asked a question for me to give them my A, but the A I gave was Doom 2, and the question was, you guessed it, what's my favorite video game of all time? And yeah, Doom 2, absolutely love this game. I've been playing this game since I was a child, and I still go to it all the time. I was just a wee little lad playing my PlayStation 3 and got hooked on Doom. Doom 2 is absolutely peak. I've played the first Doom, but honestly, Doom 2 is literally the first game except different bosses and better. It's just a betterized version of the first one, and it is absolutely amazing. It has some of my favorite creature designs of all time. And if you've been watching this channel for a while, you probably know that creature design is one thing that I'm super passionate about. I love art, and I love horror and sci-fi, so creature design is just something that is just etched into my mind, honestly. And the Doom, all of the Doom games have just absolutely amazing creature designs, and Doom 2 has some of the best creature designs, especially just the cyber demons and the imps and everything. Yeah, it's amazing. And the final boss fight with the Icon of Sin is iconic. And I think that Doom Eternal actually did amazing making the Icon of Sin how they did. And I think that Doom 2 has its own type of really good feel to that boss fight, even though it is just a head that's there trying to shoot you and everything. But yeah, I think that this game absolutely peak. It is definitely my number one. I don't know if anything will ever be better than this game, to me at least. But yeah, dude, this game is so good. That is my official top 10 greatest video games of all time list. So why don't you guys go into the comments and tell me whether you agree with me or don't agree with me. And please tell me what your favorite and least favorite games of all time are. And if you love the Doom franchise as much as I do, tell me if you are excited about Doom the Dark Ages or if you think it's going to be a letdown. Compared to Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, and just let me know everything you want me to know about your taste in video games, I guess. I don't know, man. But yeah, as always, like, subscribe, and see ya!